So, welcome to the Real Entrepreneur Show. If you watched a recent episode we did, it was all about how to get your ideal client's attention. And you know, we have no attention span at all these days, so you got to grab them in that first couple of seconds. And that was the hook.
The hook. Yes.
Yeah.
What's your hook?
Yeah.
So hopefully you did your homework and you figured out what in your past was so interesting that got you from there to here where you are today. It could be something you hated as a kid.
Exactly.
And now you're doing it, like speaking in public.
And on video. She didn't really do video until a year ago to this degree.
Yeah.
Natural. But the thing is, what we want to talk about today is where do you go from there? So you've reeled them in with that, 5-7 word hook, and they're intrigued and they're interested.
Yeah.
Right? So what you want to do next is you want to set the scene. Because most stories, as we know, they have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and what happens in the middle is a transformation of some kind. So what you want to do is set the scene for where you were. So yeah, if it was you, Patti, and you were really shy,
Yes.
so you would be talking, giving a little tiny example, just an anecdote, and be very selective in what you tell, because we don't waste a word. What would you say? What would be...
I was basically mute until I was 20. And then I had my first job. You mean like that?
Think about a little scene. Give us a snippet to say, I remember I would go out on sales calls and I just was tongue-tied or whatever. Tell us, set the scene of the before. This is the before.
I was forced to learn how to sell because that was part of my job at IBM. So I didn't have a choice. And then I wanted to make money so I could leave IBM. So I went to sales school and I barely got through that.
That's where we're going to. So tell us about sales school. There may be a story there. What was that like?
It was grueling. It was 20-hour days, 7 days a week for 2 weeks.
And were you the proverbial, I hate to say cliche, but deer in the headlights? Were you the...
Deer in the headlights. I was the mouse in the corner. Like I was...
Yeah. This is good copy.
Yeah. The mouse in the corner. No, I was not who I am today. And I mean, that was a while ago. But no, I was not anywhere close to who I was today. But the thing is,
before you get to that, how did it feel? What were you? Were you sweating buckets? Were you sitting there stuttering?
I don't perspire, but yes, I was sweating buckets. I don't perspire, honestly, I really don't. But yeah, I was sweating buckets. I was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever gone through. It was really forced. It was fake. It was awful. But I had to do it.
So now you see this, right? She's used a hook, and now she's getting us a sense. She's at this event. She's learning sales from IBM. The pressure's on, and she's the mouse in the corner. She's scared to death, right? She's sweating buckets. So then,
got to get through it.
Yeah. So then the next thing is, what happened, Patti? What was the turning point? What was it? When did it hit the fan and you were like, I'm going to sink or swim?
Luckily, it pays to be nice and smile a lot, and I just squeak through. I mean, I remember them saying it, so boy, it was borderline.
Yes.
But I did get through, and I did get a sales job. I made a lot of money, and I left.
Before you even get to that point.
Yes.
Great story.
Okay.
But to rewind.
There
you are. You're the little mouse in the corner. You're at the sales thing.
Yeah.
We need to know what made the change. This is what switched. We know where you were at, right? We set the scene. So tell us what happened. Did you set, what was the transformation? So I don't know.
It was money.
But that's good. So does this mean that you then made a humongous sale?
Sales.
Give us the next scene. Think of this.
Yes, I could put on a team of 2 other ladies.
Okay.
We picked a really good team selling to the provincial government and to banks and stuff, and we blew our quota, 175% of quota, which meant bonuses.
So was this like the first time this had ever happened to you and you were like, oh my God, I can actually
do this? I was 25
years
old and I made $150,000.
There is her eureka. You see how she raced ahead?
Yeah.
We have to go back and go deep. This is why I'm always saying to be concise and go deep. Drill down.
Retape
yes.
Watch this and write my story again. There's a lot. I love how you really were able to get back, like the rewind.
Yeah.
And I think that's a useful tip for the viewers is that. Yeah, because we just skip. I go, okay, I barely got through, and then I went to Europe, and that's another story.
We know our own story, and we don't want to bother some, we don't want to bore them, and so we just leapfrog over top of this really rich stuff, right?
The important stuff.
So so then it's about, that felt amazing. What did you feel like? What was that like? Were you like, oh my God, I can actually do this?
I can do whatever I want.
Money.
Yeah. Well, actually, IBM also really pissed me off, right? With the achievement was the 100% club. and it was just, oh, can I say this on video? It was a pig fest. It was 5,000 men and 100 women and
What
open
was
bar.
this? What was this?
This was the sales club that they had.
So, so just to be clear, so you were talking about how you were taking the training, you were in the Little Mouse, and then you had this success.
Yeah.
So where does this sales club come in? Is it after?
Oh, after your first year or any year you're on quota, or 6 months. 6 months was the minimum, and so I just made the minimum. It was 6 months in sales. We, like I said, blew the quota out of things, and we went on the sales club, which was thousands of men, because it was, early days in tech.
Okay.
There were hardly any women. And it was, there had to be more to life.
So you know what? Yeah.
That was it. There had to be more to life than this. If this was the ultimate achievement, I wanted out.
So what Patti has just done there is brought up another amazing story. But this is why I'm always saying, if you work with me on copy, or if you know copy, or you know words, it's about being selective, as I said. So what you just did is you gave yourself, if you haven't already blogged about that, that is another story that's
Over
not
there.
part of this, because
This
what you're doing with an about page, if you saw the other video, what your about page is it's not about you, right? It's about them, that ideal client. And what you're doing is you're building the case as to why they should work with you. So everything you tell there is building that case. So that's a cool story, but it's going to get them going, what?
Oh, God. Okay.
Right?
So
And
it's
they're
out of-
going to be...
Right. Right. Very good.
So it's about...
edit yourself, right?
Yes. And that's normal. And that's because we all have so many stories. So to go back, so there you have this great success.
Yeah.
So then what did you change? What changed in how you did business? Is that when you became... What happened next? That because we've seen Patti change and move along here and have this major success.
So I went and took a year off and traveled. Totally on the career path of a typical MBA, not, right?
So you had this success.
But then,
And you didn't immediately go, oh my God, this is great, or like...
No, because the sales was still that horrible thing that nobody wants to do. It just made me a lot of money.
And that wasn't, that wasn't
That
the
wasn't
carrot
the all.
to-
I mean, I've never been that money motivated, but I wanted the money to leave IBM.
Yeah, so you made
And
enough money to travel.
follow my dream, right? Live life without regrets.
So she took a little detour.
Oh, well, yeah, it was a year off. I took a year off when I was 25, because I could.
Okay,
I could.
and then what did you do when you got back?
And then I didn't get back. I stayed in Europe.
And did what?
Oh, I was in sales in Germany.
Exactly. So we've taken her from this little mouse to now she's just rocking it out of the park.
A startup, 5 people startup, software company. I barely spoke, I spoke fast, that broken German. As fast as I speak in English, I spoke in German. And they hired me because I had this IBM background. It was like, woo, can we afford her? It's like, I just want to live in Munich and travel and just hang out and experience life.
Right. So
And-
then you... Okay, go ahead.
And I didn't make a lot of money
Yeah.
at first. But within 3 years, I quadrupled my salary in Germany at my 3rd startup.
And now what do you do?
I teach people how to sell, especially non-sales professionals, right? Like entrepreneurs and small business owners and solopreneurs and fempreneurs and anybody who's had no sales training.
Because... Okay.
Not much,
Yeah. So from going over to Europe and doing that, was that your first business? Because you've had...
Oh,
What?
no. That is, well, no. I was an employee up until 26 years ago.
Okay.
So, and that's back in Canada. So, yeah, eventually got back to Canada.
Okay.
So I worked at 5 startups in Europe in sales and marketing positions. And again, sales is where the money was.
And you made people millionaire companies,
Yeah,
right?
I did, yeah. I had
So-
some good marketing ideas.
Yeah. So think about this, right? You start to see this story take shape, right? Where she was, how it started, how she hated it, how she was the mouse, how she did that first really great sale, how she said, I don't really want to start there. I'm going to go off
I'm gonna
somewhere
go-
over here.
go
But
follow
then
my
she came
dream.
back, and she did all this knocking it out of the park.
And then 27 years ago, I helped start a software company and grow that to 20 employees and over $1 million in sales. And yeah, by that time, I recognized I kind of like the sales stuff.
And you're kind
I
of good
was
at this.
still pretty nervous,
Right.
but eventually I got, okay. When I looked at other people out there and what they were achieving and what I achieved, it's like, okay, I got this. Between my sales and marketing savvy, it's like, okay, I got this.
You see, what she's done, if you were listening there, is she's dropped in some fairy dust there. These statistics, these numbers, these achievements. This is what you also want to do. I mean, testimonials are amazing, and you can absolutely put those in your about page, but she's got concretes of actual dollar figures and things and transformations she made in these companies. So you definitely want to put that in. So, and then she goes to, what she does now.
Yeah. Right. 11 businesses later.
Yeah.
Yay!
So what we've just done.
12. 12's coming up. Sorry. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
And if you blink, you'll miss it.
I know.
But
oh no, it's gonna be around for the rest of my life.
Yes.
So, yes.
So thank you so much, Patti, because you have given us.
This has been fabulous. Yeah.
So do you see that? This woman is amazing, but we forget. We just leapfrog over our best material, and then we get sidetracked on some of our other amazing
Well, the
stories.
thing is, what I don't recognize, as one of our speaker friends, Sarah McVanel, will say, we don't recognize our own greatness, right?
Absolutely.
It's like, okay, well, I did that, and I did that, and I did that, and because I've been telling this story for centuries, it feels like.
Exactly, and you get sick of it, right?
Yeah.
You get sick of it.
Yeah.
But think about that. If you were reading an about page with that kind of stuff in it, and you were considering hiring somebody like this, you'd be going, oh my God, I hope I can afford her.
I'm not that extensive.
Don't say that.
Call me. Well,
Value, right?
Value, yes, I mean, for now.
So just a quick recap. So it's your hook, it's where you were before, it's what changed, what the transformation happened, what the eureka moment was, what you decided you wanted to do, and then what you decided to do, what you do now, and then a little call to action, right?
Yay! Yes, call me. Talk about my business
call her.
booster program. It's phenomenal. Okay, till next time,
See ya.
more about the story.
Ciao.
See ya.
Bye.